What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Sunday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And this podcast being brought to you by Draftkings. I am not even going to recap yesterday. Nope. Got a lot to talk about. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to move on. I will say this. Going 6-0 is really hard on any day. It's equally hard to go 0-6. I went 0-6 in college football yesterday. 0-6. That takes some serious skill. I thought yesterday would be a big dog day. Middle of October. Lines getting a little bit too heavy. Take dogs. No. It was a massive favorite day, at least in the games I bet. Whew. Only went 0-3 officially, but personally, I got my clock cleaned yesterday. Betting college football. Luckily, I was able to get some money back with baseball, MMA. The parlay hit for us, went 1-3 yesterday. We got the Celtics team total over. It's now 3-0 for the Celtics team total over. The numbers have been 58.5, 63.5, and 61.5. They've gone over all three games. Keep betting it, guys. Just keep betting it. Don't, if it's official or not, doesn't matter. Keep betting it until the books adjust. Anything between 58 and 63, somewhere in that range. If it's 63.5, take a look at the defense, pace of play, stuff like that before you want to get into it. But they scored 64 2 games ago on the road against Washington. Okay? Against today, they went out and scored against Detroit. They scored, I forget, like 70 or something. I don't know. They destroyed the number. It was 61.5. They destroyed it. So got that right. Had the under in the baseball game. That wasn't bad. So I got some money back. I went 5-6 overall, but 0-6 in college football. So losing day for me, but no, losing situation for sure. So fade away. Fade. I mean, everything. Fade. You will not make me upset if you fade my plays. You can tell me if you do it. Just do it. Don't tell me. Don't be a jerk about it. Just do it. If I'm making you money, that's great. That's what I'm here for, okay? I am paid to do this podcast. I'm an employee of BettingPros. So no matter what I do, no matter what I lose, I'm always in the black. I'm always up, okay? So, never worry about me. I never bet beyond my means. This is a job. I love doing this job. I love talking to you guys. If you want to fade every play, you think I'm the worst handicapper on the internet, awesome. Fade away. If I'm making you money, it's a free podcast, okay? So, don't come at me on the Discord channel and be like, my God, you suck. I know I'm bad right now. There's no debating it, but I own it, okay? I don't run from it. I own it. I come back every day, okay? Win or lose, I come back every day. Now, it is Sunday, so I got a pick 6 for you here on the Draftkings Pick 6 app. I got 3 plays. You can go and make it yourself. I'm going to do a little quarterback 3-legger here for us with rushing for quarterbacks. So we'll do that today. I've got 3 straight plays and 1 teaser to give you. And then I'll give you my player props later this morning today at noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Sorry, I think if you don't know if you can hear that or not, my smoke detector just is beeping. Sorry. It's not because I'm hot. That's for damn sure. But we'll do it with myself and Andrew Erickson coming up here on the BettingPros YouTube channel at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Player props in full breakdown, including the status of Jaden Daniels. More on that here in just 1 second as to what's going to happen with the quarterback for the Commanders. Before we give you the picks and the plays, let's talk about the DraftKings Pick 6 app. Have you guys gone and downloaded this? So today, on Sunday, I give you a play. You can go and do this. You go download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app. Use the code JUICE at sign up, and new Pick 6 customers, you guys are going to get taken care of. They're going to give you an opportunity to jump in here and get literally a $5 bet will give you $50 in free play thanks to our friends at DraftKings. So go and do that now. Download it, and then you could potentially, if you haven't gotten it already, you can potentially get yourself into a really cool situation with a $50 free play on the play, and then you can either fade or follow the plays I'm going to give you coming up here in just 1 second, but it's good. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. 18 plus in most jurisdictions, but other age and eligibility restrictions may vary and may apply. Valid only in jurisdictions where DraftKings Pick 6 operates. Pick 6 is not available everywhere, including but not limited to New York and California, Ontario. Void where prohibited. One per new Pick 6 customer. $5 in free pick set to receive. $50 issued as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. For more terms, go to pick6.draftkings.com/promos. All right, so let's start with that. Okay, I'll give you the DraftKings Pick 6 play if you guys want it. You guys can go and grab a hold of this on the DraftKings Pick 6 apps. I think Anthony Richardson's going to have a big day today. Run the football. Big day on the road against the Texans. I think he runs the ball a ton. Over 36 times yards rushing for the quarterback for the Colts. Lamar Jackson on the road against the Browns. I think he'll be pressured. I think Lamar will get out. I think Lamar will run. Same situation for Drake May. Lamar over 52.5 yards rushing. Drake May over 23.5 yards rushing for Drake May against the Jets. I think they'll get after him. They'll pressure him. I think Drake May can hurt him with his legs today. I think Drake May goes over 23.5 yards rushing. So Richardson, Jackson, May, all over on their rushing props. Those numbers can be found at DraftKings Pick 6. Maybe not at the local sports book, but those are the DraftKings numbers for Richardson over rushing, Lamar over rushing, and May over rushing. $50 bet, depending on how many people bet it, but you can win, 4 or 5 extra money with that on the DraftKings Pick 6 app for that. Okay, let's get to the plays here for me. All right, let's start. And again, you want to fade away. Atlanta at Tampa. The injuries for Tampa are so significant. Look, I love Baker Mayfield. I really do. I love the Baker Mayfield stat. I mean, the prop of over 1.5 touchdown tosses. I think I've hit that 3 times so far this year with Baker Mayfield, and I'm a big Baker guy. The injury report for the Tampa Bay Bucs is just brutal. Chris Godwin is out with a dislocated ankle. Mike Evans is out with a hamstring injury. I mean, those are the 2 biggest weapons they've got passing the football. They've got Bucky Irvin, who's questionable with a toe injury from a running back perspective. I'm not going to mess around here with Atlanta. I think this is a team, we just go and take the money line. They're 4-3 overall. Atlanta is 2-0 on the road. Tampa is 2-2. They lost in Atlanta on Thursday night, that 36-30 thriller in overtime. I know you could say, well, because Atlanta won at home, Tampa will win at home, and they'll split. They go 1-1. I think the injuries are too brutal here. Tampa's 4-1 in the conference. So is Atlanta, but in the division, Atlanta's 3-0. I think they go to 4-0 here on the road. I'm not going to mess around with the point spread. I've told you guys this before. I don't like messing with point spreads if I don't have to. I'm just coming in and taking money line. Falcons money line at -126 for 1.26 units. Second bet, the Bengals are at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. If the Bengals lose this game, the Bengals are 0-4 at home. 0-4 at home. I just can't get my brain around this offense and the Bengals being this bad at home. I can't see it. Philly is 3-1 on the road. They're due for some regression, all right? On the road, they beat New Orleans. On the road, they lost to Tampa. On the road, they beat the Giants. Okay, I mean, and then on a neutral, they took on Green Bay down in Brazil, and they beat them in Brazil. So they're 3-1 on away from home. They're 1-1 at home. Since he's 0-3, I just can't get over it. I'm not playing around with point spreads. I don't want to. I'm going to lay it here with the Bengals. I know it could be a little expensive, but money line Bengals at -140 for 1.4 units. I just cannot bring myself to have the idea that Joe Burrow is going to go 0-4 at home in Cincinnati. I mean, much like we saw before with the Bengals, I know this Eagles offense has looked impressive. I know there's been things that are pointing in the right direction with Saquon Barkley, whatnot, but that's the Giants. The Giants are so bad. They're just awful. I know Philadelphia's running the ball really well. 5 yards per rush is top 10 in the NFL, but since his rush defense has been pretty good, it's been top 15. You slow it down. You make this about Jalen Hurts throwing the football. The pass defense for Cincy's been pretty good here. Top 5 in opposing yards per pass play. Got to have him step up. Burrow needs to have a big game. They got to find some semblance of a running attack here because they haven't run the ball well. Philadelphia can be gashed in the run game. They're 25th in opposing yards per rush at 4.7. Got to run the football if you're Cincy. Don't want to play around with the point spread. Bengals money line for 1.4 units. Third bet, Dallas at San Francisco. Look at the Cowboys are 2-1 against the number on the road this year. The Niners are 2-2 at home. You can make the case that Dallas is a better road team than a home team. Dallas went to Pittsburgh and won by 3. They went to New York, beat the Giants by 5. They went to Cleveland. They won by 16. I mean, on the road, they are 3-0 straight up. They're 2-1 on the money line. Sorry, 2-1 against the number. On the money line, they're 3-0. San Fran is 2-2. I'm going to ride that, but I'll take the points just in case. San Fran can win by 3. Those injuries for San Francisco continue to be a big, big concern. And granted, the Dallas injuries aren't good either. Micah Parsons is still out. That's not great. Brandon Aubrey is dealing with jury duty. So he's probable to play, but he's got jury duty. He has to go and do that. Dalvin Cook is questionable for this game. Jerome Bland, the cornerback, is questionable for this game. So Dallas has their injuries, but my goodness gracious, the injury for San Francisco. Nick Bosa is questionable. Jordan Mason is questionable. Brandon Ayuk is out. George Kittle is questionable. Deebo Samuel is questionable. Jake Moody is questionable. I mean, we know that McCaffrey's out. Dre Greenlaw is out. I mean, there are so many injuries for the 49ers. They may win the game, but give me the points. I'm taking the points at 4.5. Cowboys plus 4.5 for 1.1 units. And then my teaser. As I've said, I've stopped doing long teasers because long teasers have just, this year, they just don't work. The formula has been thrown out the window. Some years are like that. But personal teasers we can still get involved with. And a personal teaser for me, I think the Colts are going to be a problem today. I really do. I think the Colts could really make some people mad today. I think the Colts can go to Houston with the injury of Nico Collins. I mean, Indy is 6-1 against the number. They're 2-1 on the road. They're 4-0 at home against the number. At home, Houston is 1-1. On the road, they won and covered against Tennessee. They covered against Jacksonville, lost by 3 as 3.5-point dogs. They lost to Green Bay by 6 as 2-point favorites. But I mean, they've been one of the most, if not the most profitable team in football. Anthony Richardson going on the road against Houston. The number is 4.5. I'm going to tease this up. I'm going to go Colts plus 10.5. And on the other side, it's currently a pick for the Bears and the Washington Commanders. According to ESPN, all signs are pointing towards rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels playing against the Bears. That is monster. They're going to wake up and see how he feels on Sunday during pregame warm-ups, but one official said that Daniels is a tough-ass dude, and he wants to play through the rib injury that would be the number 1 pick against the number 2 pick. I think if Daniels plays, you guys can fire on this. If not, I'll probably find a way to punt out of this during the game if I can. But if Daniels plays and they shoot it up and it's no further damage, he didn't practice all week, I don't think it really matters. I think this kid wants to play. Plus 6. Commanders plus 6. If Daniels is in the game, they could win the game outright if they got him against the Bears. But if he's playing, I think it's a tight game, 3-point game, one way or the other. Commanders plus 6 here. I think the Commanders, if Daniels plays, the Commanders will close as the favorite here. So if you want to hold off before you bet this, see if Daniels plays, do that. But if Daniels plays, plus 6. Let's go. Tease it up. Daniels and the Commanders plus 6 up against the Bears at home. All right. So plays for today. Falcons money line at minus 126 for 1.26 units. Bengals money line minus 140 at 1.4 units. Cowboys plus 4.5 at minus 110 for 1.1 units. And a teaser with the Colts plus 10.5. Washington plus 6 for 1.2 units. Sorry, that should say 1.2, not 1.1 on the screen. 1.2 units there for that. Fade them all. Fade them all. Okay? It's been a bad couple of weeks. It's just what it is. I'm here to give you my picks, what I'm betting. You guys have a free reign to fade away. Normally when I suck on Saturday, I do pretty well on Sunday. That's just been sort of the calling card. Is that going to happen here today? I don't know. It hasn't so far. So at some point, we'll turn and we'll get into some other things. But right now, it's all NFL football. So I got more with the prop bets coming at you guys coming up here later today, noon Eastern time and 9 a.m. Pacific time on the YouTube channel for Betting Pros. Myself and Andrew Erickson will break down all the games to be played today, including what happens with Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, and will the quarterback for Washington play. More to come later today. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning. It is the Daily Juice Podcast presented by DraftKings.